The new single's called Tanging Kailangan, produced by my manager, Rico Blanco. And it's my second single under Wide Scope Entertainment. Now, I wrote it a few days, 2 days before Christmas, if I'm not mistaken. Someone had asked me what I wanted for my birthday. Tapos, hindi ko ma-articulate. So I wrote that song instead. And I've had my share of wedding shows as well. So, I get bored and I end up like watching the whole ceremony, and parang dami kong naririnig na mga wedding vows, and I wanted to make my own. So it's a very honest take on things. It's not I promise you the moon and the stars, but rather what you're getting is a very flawed person who will keep trying. That's basically what Tanging Kailangan is about. No, weddings are always fun. Kasi lahat ng tao masaya eh. Kasi hindi katulad ng gig, meron lang mahihila dyan. Ayaw naman talagang sumama, pero parang yung buong barkada pupunta, so sige na nga. At weddings, everyone, the mood is always festive, and I'm almost always a surprise to the bride. Rarely the groom, but I'm always a surprise to the bride. So, yung nakakapagod, yung kailangan kong magtago, like I have to stay in a hotel room for 5 hours, or I have to hide in the van, or sometimes I'm just I'm backstage, and then it's really dark because it's not a concert eh. So parang yung likod ng stage, likod lang talaga ng stage. There's no crew, there's no lights, there's nothing. But yeah, I mean, my most memorable wedding, I think, was my first time in San Juan, La Union. Si Jericho Rosales, tinawagan niya ako. Sabi niya, bro, best man ako ng wedding sa La Union. Can I get you to play? Tapos sabi niya, beach gig. Sabi ko, beach gig, laban. But the thing is, I had to be in a hotel room siguro from around 9 a.m. until 7 p.m. Kasi San Juan, the surf town itself, it's small. So pag makita ka ng isang tao, parang ang dali na lang talagang ikalat. So, and then the couple, si Buji and Nikki, I ended up becoming really good friends with them, and I still come and visit them when I can. You know what? The story about Manatili is I wrote it in the middle of a panic attack at around 3 a.m. because I woke up and my hands were shaking and I didn't know what to do, so I started strumming the guitar and I wrote the song just to calm me down. And you are right, this pandemic talaga has really made things worse for people like me who struggle with mental health and all. So siguro yung reassurance, it's not just for the fans, it's also reassurance sa sarili ko that that's me asking God to stay by my side during the most difficult time of my life, of humanity. At least since pinanganak tayo, there have been really bad situations in the past, but in this lifetime, where the whole world just stopped, I just needed to tell myself, and probably also the fans, that God is with us. God is always with us. Rico and I have known each other for more than 2 decades. Wala pang Sugar Free yan. College band ko pa lang nanonood na yan ng show. And then he was actually part of Sugar Free for like maybe a year. And he produced maybe 3/4 of Sugar Free's first album. Not a lot of people know that. And then we've always manage to stay in touch. And kami magkasundo kasi kami ni Rico Pareho kami ng humor. We're both musicians. We're both passionate about certain things. So the transition kasi from my past management, si Trixie Nicolas, who decided to retire, to Balcony, wasn't difficult kasi parang life goes on lang. Kasi in the first place, I think 95% of my shows are gone. So that part is easily manageable. What I do appreciate about Balcony, about Rico in particular, is that we have long conversations and it doesn't always have to be about music. Nakakapurga kung puro music. Music. Tapos yung manager mo, musicians, pag-usapan nyo, puro music. So we talk about basketball, we talk about the beach, we talk about dogs, cars. So parang he reminds me to have fun and to enjoy the process, whereas dati it was just like really 4 or 5 shows a week, which is very difficult to manage given that I had recording and then I was always up to something and then I had that many shows. So now parang si Rico, nung tinanong ko siya, sabi ko, all the shows are gone, what do I do? Sabi niya, now is the time to create, so which is what we're doing now. I'm writing songs and he's producing them. It's an EP actually.
EP, okay.
Oo. Dito sa second single, it's themed yung EP It's just 4 songs, pero there's a specific theme in mind. So the second single would give you a glimpse of what I'm trying to accomplish here. Paglabas ng third single, marirealize ng mga tao, ito yung theme ng ng kanyang EP. So we'll have to wait a few months for that. I have yet to record the next single and promote this single in lieu of touring bars and universities and malls. Widescope Entertainment is it's an independent label. It's part of Widescope Advertising. So the advertising company has been around for a while, and then last year binuhay yung Widescope Entertainment when they hired Neil Gregorio, who basically heads the label. And then he got in touch with me. He asked me to be A&R. I've never been A&R in my life. I haven't had a job in like forever. But sabi niya, it's going to be challenging but very rewarding because I get the chance to help other musicians. So kung mapapansin nyo ngayon, we started with 46 Hope Street, Jam Quijano, who's from Los Baños, a young band called Catharsis. Who else? And now we have this very talented singer-songwriter duo from Cagayan, from Tuguegarao, called Letrang Norte. So these are all basically not as well known, I guess, as the Ben and Bens out there or the Four of Spades, but all of our artists are very determined and very passionate, very level-headed about the situation. They understand that there are no shows, so what they're doing now is they're writing and writing and writing. Recording is another thing. It's very difficult as it is. We have to record a lot of instruments from our own homes. So all the members may kanya-kanyang home studio setup sila. We also have City, who just released her latest single, I think yesterday, last day of August. And also there's like the oldest guy in the roster, that's me. So, yeah, hopefully we get to find more fresh talent, and then down the line, that's my hope to invite my friends, the more senior musicians, to maybe give it a shot and see what we can do together. Strangely enough, the biggest realization came from my I consult a psychiatrist kasi every now and then, just to make sure that I'm okay and all. So after many conversations, she goes, "How tired are you after every show?" I go, "Oh, I drag my feet home. I'm just really exhausted." And then sabi niya, uh, I think you're highly introverted, and it's um, it can be somewhat difficult because of the job that you have to do. You have to sing, you have to talk to your audience, you have to, accommodate your fans as much as you can. Pero ganun pala ako. Hindi pala ako mahilig magsalita. You know, I'm happy to be part of a big conversation, but uh, hindi ako yung bangka, alam mo yun. So I just usually sit in a corner and listen. That's one of the realizations. Um, ano pa ba? In terms of music naman, I find it, and I don't know if musicians who've been around this long also feel the same way, but sometimes I find it harder to come up with, like, say, a string of songs. Whereas when I was younger, I was a bit more prolific. I could write one or two songs every day. Not all made it to albums, of course. But I would write for exercise and all. Pero ngayon parang na-realize ko, hindi ko alam kung self-censorship na yun nangyayari. Parang, oh, these are the things about myself that I want to share. These are the things that I'd rather, keep to myself. And then parang, it makes it more difficult for me to write songs. Kaya, okay ako ngayon na, paisa-isang kanta magsulat. It doesn't make it easier because I still have to finish the song. But, yeah, I think it's a bit more challenging. But I'm learning a lot.